I'm Sharon and welcome to KG. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a vegan version of 육개장 or Korean spicy beef soup. So instead of calling it 육개장, you would call it 채게장. 채 for 채소 and 채소 for vegetables. And I'll be replacing beef with mushrooms. It's a very hearty soup that's perfect for this weather, and I veganized my grandma's recipe, so keep on watching and let's get started. Okay, the ingredients. For vegetable broth, you could use either the refreshing type or the deep and rich type, or just the umami water because we're going to be boiling or simmering all the ingredients for a good 30 minutes, which is good enough to get really good flavor without having a good broth to start. But of course, a good broth would be a bonus for sure. I'm using a deep and rich type here. This is gosari, fern break. This is almost like a must. Taro stem here is optional, but it adds nice texture. Mixed mushrooms, whatever mushrooms you like. Bean sprouts, I'm using mung bean sprouts, but some people use soybean sprouts instead, so whatever you can get. Lots of green onions, I'm using daepa today. It's a huge, big Korean kind. It's kind of sweeter and more flavorful, but you could replace it with the regular type, like this, maybe 2 bunches. And for gochugaru here, I'm using a fine type for better color, but of course you can use the coarse type as well. Okay, so for the fern break, gosari, this is how it looks dried. And you need to detoxify it by boiling for at least 5 minutes to about 20 minutes and soak it in water for at least 12 hours, changing the water every few hours. And it becomes about 6 or 7 times the weight afterwards. You could prepare more just to freeze it for next time since the whole process takes a while. And this is dry taro stem. And it needs to be soaked for about 10-15 minutes, boil for maybe 30 minutes or so, and leave it in that same water to cool. And it becomes about 9-10 times its weight afterwards. Okay, we're gonna cut these into 4 to 5 centimeters in length. This is about 100 grams. And here I also have 100 grams of taro stem. You could use either one of them, just make the total amount to be 200 grams. Okay, for the mushrooms, we're going to actually hand shred them. So just hand shred it like so. I think it adds nice texture and it absorbs the flavor better this way. So tear it. Doesn't have to be pretty. So if you're gonna use the regular button mushrooms, you could just hand break them also. So oyster mushrooms as well, small ones just don't need to shred. Just hand shred it like so. And for shiitake mushroom from the broth, we're going to cut it at an angle like so. So it gives more surface area this way and you get more meaty texture. So for the green onions, these roots look really sad, but I'm still saving them for broth for later. And you just need to cut the stem into quarter or half. Quarter for this one, since it's so thick, and half for this one. And just cut into 4 to 5 centimeters in length. We're gonna use the whole thing. Okay, we're gonna season all the ingredients together. Find a big enough bowl you have. I'm using a wok here. And also add the mung bean sprouts. and add all the seasonings. So 2 tablespoons of garlic. I'm gonna leave about a tablespoon for later. 3 tablespoons of gochugaru. This will be about medium spicy, so you can decide how much you want to add. Toasted sesame oil and 국간장 Korean soup soy sauce and some black pepper. And we just need to mix it. I'm gonna use my clean hand. And you know, it really does make a difference in the taste when you season the ingredients in advance. And you don't need to make the chili oil if you do this. And I actually asked my grandma why some families would make it with chili oil and she wouldn't. And you know, she simply answered me, no need. Okay, this is about 2.5 liters of broth. I've let it come to a boil. And we just need to add the seasoned ingredients. Like so. And if you like, you can add more broth later if you want it to be more soupy, but I know some people like more goodies. And we just need to simmer it for about 30 minutes. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes and I don't think I want to add any more broth. This is soupy enough for me. And we're going to add 1 tablespoon of garlic, minced garlic. You can have a taste and add salt according to your liking. I'm gonna add just 1 tablespoon of Korean sea salt. If you're using a table salt, you might want to add less, but it's really up to you. And we're going to let it simmer for another 5 minutes or so, and that's it. Okay, our Korean spicy vegetable soup, daegejang, is ready. And let's have a taste. Soup first, like always. So good, guys. So good. The goodies. So good. Oh, guys, this is so good. It's so flavorful, full of umami, so hearty. I would say mild to medium spicy. For me, it is. So you can decide how much gochugaru to put in. And I know some people don't like the taste of gosari, the fern break, but I think its distinctive earthy flavor makes it really tasty, actually, in my opinion. And it's one of those soups that tastes even better the next day. So I hope you get to make this at home. It's usually served with rice. And some restaurants would add a little bit of tangmyeon, Korean glass noodles, and that's also nice. And if you follow me on Instagram, I've recently had this soup over boiled ramyeon, instant noodles, because I had no rice. And it was very, very good to my surprise. And you can also make a big batch of the soup, portion it out, and freeze it. It's gonna be a good backup to have when you want something quick, but hearty and delicious. So this is chaegejang. I hope you enjoyed this recipe today. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye!